kindly ask that you please turn off all cell phones and electronic devices. Flash photography and food are not permitted in the auditorium. However, refreshments will be available during intermission. Thank you and enjoy the show.
I was doing something more important with my life.
Worrying about that self-worth again, Prince Topher?
It all just comes too easily.
The fact remains, sire, you will be king, and very soon. When your sainted mother and father passed away and left you in my charge, I promised them that when you came of age, you'd be prepared for your reign.
Well, I know, Sebastian, I know. And I guess I am ready to be a king. The thing of it is, I just don't even know who I am yet.
I'm sure it will come to you. Until then, might I suggest faking it?
Really?
You wouldn't be the first, and you wouldn't be the last.
To the castle. To the castle. Still these questions nag me. Nag. Who am I? A far from perfect guy. A bum who wants to do right, but often does what's wrong. A kid whose voice is way off key, but loves to sing a song. A guy who dreams like a lion, but picks up like a lamb. Me, who am I but the guy I am? That's who
His Royal Highness, Christopher Rupert, Slayer of Dragons, pitiless to ogres, destroyer of villains and giants, no friends to mortals, dragons! Giants of fear with
I got it, come on.
Swordsman and poet, a guy who drinks like a lion, picks up like a lamb.
Me, who am I but the guy I am?
He's our hero, such perfection.
Very kind of you.
He's the kind of guy who we all like to be.
I appreciate that.
What's the use of self-reflection?
Alright, too much.
Church bells will ring when you are king. People will sing. There is no one but him. Royal Highness, Christopher Rupert, Slayer of Dragons, Pitiless ogres, destroyer of villains and giants, no friends to mortals, dragons to the as always.
A guy who dreams like a lion.
Let's be dancers, sailor of the
Me,
ocean.
who am I but the guy I am?
You there, impoverished person. Fetch us some water.
Yes, sir.
Don't talk to her that way. How do you even know she's poor?
Well, look at her, she's filthy.
Here you are, sire.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
It's just water.
Give her some money.
Really?
Yes, it's charity. You have things and she doesn't. You're going to give her some of your things so she doesn't have a revolution and take all of your things.
Spare change! Any spare change?
The moment charity is mentioned, out comes every layabout.
Here you are, old woman.
Thank you, bless you,
Be careful, your majesty, many of the very poor have weapons.
No, good sirs! That is merely crazy Marie. She lives in the woods and comes to town only to gather what others throw away. She is gentle in every way, sweet and delicate, but nuts.
She is harmless, I can tell. Sebastian, Lord Pickleton, sheathe your swords. You are a good friend to Marie. How lucky she is to have a true friend such as you. I wish I had a true friend.
I'm standing right here. Shall we journey on?
Very well, Pickleton. Here, take this.
I don't want charity.
Take this coin then as a present, in admiration for a true friend in this world. Oh, here, sorry. A lot on my mind.
Thank you for saving my life, dear Ella. I shall return the favor.
I didn't do it to have a favor returned.
I have a shawl here that smells of cabbage and only has a few holes in it. You can wear it.
Not necessary. What a handsome man that was. So kind and generous.
That is but not a man. That is Prince Topher, slayers of giants and dragons. He just returned to us from university. He shall be crowned our king.
That man, a world's leader, but he appears to have a heart, mind, and soul. Marie, it can't be. You're crazy.
Yes, I am. But that does not change the fact that he is to be our ruler. Look at your coin, dear.
Huh. Why, it is him. From the left. Such silly ears. And the hat doesn't help things. He should wear a floppy crown. Here, Marie, take this coin. Buy yourself something warm to eat.
Why is it always the poorest who are the most generous? It breaks my heart.
Here is our Jean-Michel. He shall spout gibberish and bore us.
Be nice. Good day, Jean-Michel.
And do you know why the poor are the kindest? Ella and Crazy Marie?
No, but I have a feeling you're about to be most forthcoming.
Because it is a corrupt system with a smashed moral compass.
Excuse me if I stagger about and mutter.
Today, I will be going alone to the castle to protest the corruption that riddles our government. You must come with me.
Cinderella! That is Alice! Stepmother!
I'll shout to the prince. I have no choice but to listen.
Cinderella! You are in harm's way!
I have a vision of what this kingdom could be.
Cinderella! Help me with my parcels this instant. Cinderella, lazy stepdaughter! Help me with my package. Careful, careful! No one knows the extreme torture I'm subjected to. I'm ignoring that. Charlotte, Gabrielle, come, daughters, come! We are here, Mama. It's exhausting being as beautiful as we look. Cinderella, idle girl, help your stepsisters with their shrewd purchases. Into the house, daughters. The real ones.
Madam isn't always terrible. Sometimes she sleeps.
Gabrielle, I've brought from a university a book for you with pictures of how people in other land live and how they govern. Norway, Japan, Italy.
I've mentioned my interest in these places only in passing, and you brought a whole book, couldn't you?
And 4 days from today, I would like to take you on a date. I am organizing a soup kitchen, and we need someone to stir and ladle.
Gabrielle, do not talk to that man. We are teetering precariously between upper middle class and lower upper class. We cannot be seen talking with a revolutionary. Into the house at once.
Why do I care? Why do I try? I'll never be good enough for her. I'll take this book and burn it.
Why not give the book to dear old Ella?
If it's quite all right, Jean-Michel, I would love to look at your book of how other countries live.
And here, Ella, take it. I will go my own way, live my own life. I'm a loner. You're coming with me, right?
Of course.
Good.
A book. It's been so long since I've owned something, just me.
Cinderella, get in there and clean the kitchen.
I've just finished it.
Then prepare the dinner.
It's on the stove.
Then the bed's mud.
Beds are turned down and your bed clothing is all laid out.
Well, where'd you get that book?
Jean-Michel just gave it to me.
Isn't it nice how people just give you gifts? Still Daddy's little girl. And what's this doing here?
That's my father's coat.
It's rags.
It's the only thing I have to remember him by.
It's rags now. Clean the porch with these rags.
I'm smart and as meek as a mouse. When I hear command, I obey. But I know a spot in my house where no one can stand in my way. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Norwegian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk made by her own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a pearl meant for love's game. I can play with a cool and confident kind of air, just as long as I stay in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. I can be whatever I want to be. I'm a thief in Calcutta, I'm a queen in Peru. when I meet a lioness in her lair. Then I'm glad to be back in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. I can be whatever I want to be.
Just as long as I stay in my own little corner.
All alone in my own little chair.
Your Majesty, a list of the lords entreating thee. A list of the lords entreating me with what?
105 requests.
That seems a lot.
I'll take that. Your Majestic Highness, in honor of your upcoming coronation, we proudly proclaim your kingdom a land of plenty and bounty. May I have the imprimatur of your ring on this other announcement?
Oh, right. What am I stamping?
It's very complicated. Do you really want me to go into it?
Listen,
What was that?
you must take responsibility of your actions.
Who's that yelling from the other side of the moat?
Your people are being treated unfairly by your government.
He seems upset.
Rabble rouser, ignore him. I have this new law which forbids any... Actually, if you'll give me the ring, it would save the trip.
Shouldn't we listen to what he has to say? I mean, people were never upset with Mom and Dad. Were they?
Your parents had the good fortune to be royalty in a time of plenty. Since their unfortunate demise, I've done my best to run this country. I've done my best to raise you in the finest schools.
Hello, I'm talking here.
We should invite him up for a talk.
Ignore him.
I will not stop. If you won't listen, I'll shout this to the town square.
Shout this to the town square. Perhaps it's time for a distraction.
What kind of distraction?
A royal wedding.
Wow! And does that work?
Like a dream every time.
But who will get married?
Well, you.
That's just silly. I don't know any girls. I went to an all-boys school off in the woods, and then attended an all-male university on an island. Why did you do that to me?
For this happy day, I'm going to find you a bride. Oh, happy the day.
This is nonsense. How will you find me a bride?
We shall have a magnificent ball. Dancing.
What?
Every eligible young woman who can afford a gown will attend. That's a wonderful selection process right there. If you can't afford a nice dress, you don't have any business marrying a prince. Now, all the guests will be in masks. You will dance with every eligible young woman at the stroke of midnight. Everyone will remove their masks, and you will have found your bride.
That's fast.
King and queen on the throne, I'm there to guide you through all your decisions. It's really a win-win if you ask me.
But how would any woman fall in love with me so quickly?
A valid question, which we'll answer sometime soon. Now, Lord Pinkleton, I want you to tell this to all. A pronouncement, an announcement. His Royal Highness, Christopher Rupert,
Please don't say that to me.
Vladimir Vladimir,
So
Carl
embarrassed.
Alexander, Francois Reginald, Lancelot Herman,
Herman?
Gregory James is giving a ball.
Sebastian dancing? Can we talk about this, please?
Now is the time to act. No other time will do. Live and play your part. Don't give away your heart. Don't take what the world gives you. Now is the time to live. No other time is here. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow is a guess. Today you can see and feel. No, listen! Tradespeople, fishmonger, tinkers! I shout to the prince, but he ignores me. If he and Sebastian can take the land of the very poor, it is only a matter of time before he takes from all of us. For you just can't wait to be served by fate on a silver plate or tray. Now is the time
Christopher Rupert, Windermere Vladimir, Carl Alexander, Francois Reginald, Lancelot Herman, Herman, Gregory James is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a what?
The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball. His Majesty has this decree: to attend the ball, all one requires is an invitation and suitably fashionable attire. And the prince shall choose a woman from the ball to be his bride. That means anyone can be the queen.
So will he want a taller girl? Or will he want a stronger girl?
Or will he want a taller girl?
The prince is giving a ball.
I wish I were a bolder girl.
I wish I were a younger girl.
I wish I were a younger girl.
The prince is giving a ball.
I wish a lot of things I don't wish anymore. But now I wish a lot of things I never wished before. I wish I had, I wish I could, I wish I might, I wish I would, I wish I were a
poppycock and twaddle. The prince is giving a ball.
Cinderella, once you finish tightening delicate Charlotte's corset,
Oh, I can taste my lunch!
we must move on to Gabrielle's hair. I'm fearing it's beginning to look like a Bavarian pretzel. Cinderella, Cinderella! It is a most amusing name. I crack myself up. She sits by the cinders of the fire, and her name is Ella, so I call her Cinder Ella. Why don't I have any friends? Face it, Mama, you are well versed in the art of ridicule. I do have a flair for it, don't I, actual daughters? Watch and learn. Cinderella, hurry, get dressed, get ready for the ball. You're going to find a husband.
Am I?
Ridicule, who caught it? I did.
That's terrible.
Who cannot be in at this hour? Everyone, clear out of here while I get rid of this imbecile. Cinderella, get that dress on Charlotte. What kind of brand of idiot would? Why, Sebastian, what unexpected delight.
Madam, I have but a moment. I invite you to hang upon my every word.
Invitation accepted.
Tonight's ball shall be in masks. The prince will be in the white mask. What color mask will your daughter, Gabrielle, be wearing?
Why, pink.
If the daughter is anything like the mother, I think the pink mask and the white mask should meet and fall in love.
Are you implying what I'm inferring?
Your daughter is all part of my master plan.
You are brilliant.
And you are perceptive. I shall see you at the ball. Together, we will make this so.
Come, daughters, come. Oh, Gabrielle, my Gabrielle, just look at you. You too, Charlotte, but really look at Gabrielle. Cinderella, fetch the wooden box. From Venice, a piece of glass spun to perfection, more valuable than diamonds. Each of us shall wear the tiniest bit of hand-blown Venetian glass. Allow me to place this tiny bauble around the neck of my courageous Charlotte. Allow me to place this tiny bauble around the neck of my beautiful Gabrielle. Cinderella, fetch the perfume. Come, two daughters that count. Let us finish getting ready for the ball. Who can that be? It must be good news.
Good evening, madam. Gabrielle, forgive me for interrupting your momentous evening. For the ball tonight, I thought you would consider taking these wild flowers with you. I've gathered them myself.
Thank you, Jean-Michel. They're so beautiful.
And for the mother of the most perfect girl in all God's creation, I've gathered these myself.
You are not welcome here. Out of my house.
Would you perhaps consider...
Leave and take your simple pleasures with you.
Mother, don't be so mean. That was so nice.
No, 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 no. There are plans. Plans that do not include Mr. Soapbox.
But he means well, and I think he really likes me.
Let me tell you something about love, Miss Flowers in your hands and dreams in your head. I married your father for love. He died, and I cried. I married Cinderella's father for money. He died. I got a house. 7:30, ball preparation, double time. Cinderella, my shoes. Charlotte, my music face. I can't see. Piece of glass. I'm hungry. Gabrielle's music. Cinderella, my cloak. Expensive bracelets, necklace, hair. Then the prince we shall ensnare. Then the prince we shall ensnare. Yes, yes. Up to God of a crab is our salute. Posture, posture. Expensive bracelet, necklace, hair. Then the prince we shall ensnare. Expensive bracelet, necklace, hair.
Invitations.
Let us join the castle of ours. Tonight is the night that everything changes. On to the ball. Expensive bracelets, necklace, hair. Cinderella's not going anywhere.
One of the flowers in the bouquet was a wild rose. This thorn has scratched my lip. Yes, I'm bleeding. I should walk up to the prince, scratch his lip,
Oh, now.
make him drink lemonade.
That's just
Ooh,
cruel.
It'll sting.
That's just cruel.
Enough of taking things as they are. Now is the time for all of us, the peasants, the tradespeople, to march up to the palace and finally get the prince to listen to us instead of having his fancy ball.
Well, you should do that. You should march right up to him and talk to him.
He uses his castle to hide from the truth. Him meeting me will never happen. The only thing funnier is you going to the ball. Ha! why don't you just go to the ball and ask the prince when he's going to start noticing that his people are being evicted from their land. Ha! That's absurd! Ha!
Jean-Michel, I could go to the prince and he might listen to me. And if I had a ball gown, I think I might look sort of nice. I am in the royal palace of all places, when I meet the finest prince you've ever seen. And the color on my two stepsisters' faces is a queer sort of sour apple green. I am coy and flirtatious when alone with the prince. I'm the belle of the ball in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair to roll and fiddly-dee, fiddly-faddly fo. All the wishes in the world are poppycock and twaddle. Oh, crazy Marie, are you mocking me with your gibberish? Yes. Fold a roll and fiddly-dee, fiddly-faddly foo. All the dreamers in the world are dizzy in the noodle. So what if I have a dream to see the prince and tell him what life in his kingdom is really like and what it could be?
Exactly, and then to have him fall in love with you.
No one is falling in love with me. Why do you come visit me tonight?
I just knew I would find you in the same little chair, in a pale pink mist of a foolish dream.
I am being foolish.
Then be foolish with me. What is it you dream of?
An invitation to the ball, I guess.
Right here, there's an invitation.
But it's torn.
Don't wait for everything to be so perfect. Just go. Now what else do you dream of?
A white gown, I imagine. A beautiful white gown sewn up with pearls and jewels and a tiara of diamonds.
And on your feet?
Why, the most beautiful grosgrain pumps, I'd imagine.
No, better. The Venetian glass your stepmother so loves in her trinkets and baubles. An entire pair of shoes made of only Venetian glass.
Oh, how silly. I'd be the envy of all, but, how would I get to the ball?
Ah, this pumpkin over here.
Yes.
I shall turn it into a golden carriage.
And horses?
Why, these mice in this cage.
Oh, yes, and, Fox is a footman, and the raccoon is a driver. You are crazy, Marie. Why, in order to do that, you have to be a fairy godmother. But Marie, you're a crazy woman. What are you doing in that beautiful gown?
You'd be surprised how many crazy women are in beautiful gowns.
Are you really my fairy godmother?
But of course, my child. Actually, I'm everyone's fairy godmother. But you're the only one who's given me charity, generosity, and kindness. And now I must make all the things we joked about come true.
But that's so improbable, impossible.
Impossible. For a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage, impossible. For a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage, and two white mice will never be two white horses. Such folderol and fiddly-dee of courses, impossible. But the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these daft and dewy-eyed dopes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day.
Impossible,
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 impossible, impossible.
But if you could be a beggar woman not 5 5 minutes ago, and now you're my fairy godmother, then anything is possible, right?
I suppose so.
You could change it all. You could make it all happen.
No, but you could change it. You could make it all happen.
Me? I couldn't.
Oh, all right. It's all so impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And 2 white mice will never be 2 white horses. Such folderol and fiddly-dee of courses. Impossible.
But for all this full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say, and because these daft and dewy adults keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. It's the most beautiful gown in all the land.
And now, as promised, in all our laughter, glass slippers. But Cinderella, I must warn you, all this magic is very powerful. Will end at midnight tonight. Now go, in the name of every girl who has wanted to go to a ball in a beautiful gown, in the name of every girl who has wanted to change the world she lives in, go, in the name of possibility.
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. It's possible for a plain country bumpkin
one is which?
The prince. Duh, which one's the prince? What do you think I came here for? The free food?
A good time, a dance perhaps?
Wrong answer. I got Mang royalty on my mind. So which one is he?
Oh, maybe it's me.
Not likely. You're no prince, you're ordinary.
What makes you think I'm ordinary?
We're doing a gavotte and you can't even keep the beat. When we get to the waltz, you're gonna trip over your 2 left feet and then on your flat little bottom. End of discussion.
Hope to talk to you later.
I've moved on.
How do you?
How do you do?
A lovely dance this is. I hope my dancing is alright.
Oh, your dancing's absolutely princely. Oops, I let that one slip out.
So you know.
I would know a wise and handsome prince anywhere.
The last girl did not know.
Ah! You're kidding me. Thanks for the heads up.
I think she does now.
Well,
So,
what can you tell me about yourself?
what would you like to know, Your Highness?
What are your interests?
Why, whatever your interests are, Your Highness.
Okay, creepy.
Hey, Your Majestic Highness. Just because I was playing hard to get doesn't mean I'm hard to get.
Okay, really creepy. Sebastian, I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry.
It's time to play ridicule. Everyone, take sides.
What happened to the nice girl?
Ignore her. We're playing ridicule, and you get to be the judge. 2 circles spin, and when the music stops, 2 players attempt to out-ridicule each other. Let's find you a bride.
Bum diddy bum 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 diddy bum bum.
1 and 2 and 3.
Oh, my dear. Why, I love that dress, no matter how many times I've seen it. Why, I remember when it was first in style, when I was a girl.
Please do not speak of your childhood, as I have not brought a copy of the Old Testament to follow.
What do you even call that?
It's awfully sophisticated.
It just seems like cruelty.
Sophistication, cruelty, there's some difference there. I can hardly remember what it is.
I don't think I want to play this game anymore.
And here we have another round at the ready.
Bum diddy bum 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 diddy bum bum.
1 and 2 and 3.
Age before beauty. You first, dear.
You have a beautiful speaking voice. Have you ever considered reciting poetry?
Say it. What? Do it. What? The anticipation is killing me. Do the ridicule. Why do you say that?
No reason. I just really like your speaking voice, and I think it would sound really wonderful reciting a poem. I also like the feather in your hair. It's a lovely color on you.
Why are you doing this to me?
What is this bewitchery you practice?
It's just kindness.
Kindness?
Yes. Kindness is practiced now in all the great courts. Ridicule isn't done anywhere anymore. It's all kindness now, even in the French courts.
Kindness.
Yes. You know, compassion?
Who are you, you strange woman?
I don't know who she is, but she's very, very wealthy indeed. And did you see her feet? Shoes made of Venetian glass. My resentment is all consuming.
Kindness. You must all try it.
I'm not trying to.
I'll be the first. Kindness. How wonderful it is to have such a beautiful young lady such as yourself in our courts.
Thank you. And it's an honor to be at this wonderful party you're throwing.
It's like every time they speak, a part of me dies.
This room is filled with some of the loveliest women I have ever seen.
I
This court is filled with warmth and laughter.
It's just like it was during the reign of Prince Topher's parents.
Those were glorious days.
What a marvelous bunch of youngsters!
You are so kind. Thank you. You make me wish I were a better person. There's something somewhat familiar about you. What could it be?
I admire how you've changed everything around, and yet I feel so comfortable with you. I feel as if I've met you before. 10 minutes ago, I saw you. I looked up when you came through the door. My head started reeling. You gave me the feeling. The room had no ceiling or floor. 10 minutes ago, I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found her, she's an angel, with the dust of the stars in her eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and she's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love, I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well, that's for all I can tell. I may never come down again. I'm sorry to be so effusive. I'm not usually like this with people I've just met. Events like these, they just make me feel like what am I doing here?
I feel the same.
Like such a phony.
So do I.
You do?
Yes.
Me too. My name is...
Topher. Short for Christopher, yes, I know.
Have I met you before?
Yes. And we're seeing each other for the first time right now. 10 minutes ago I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found him, I have found him. to go.
But I've just found you.
I don't want to go, but I must.
Don't go.
Prince Topher, there's something I must tell you. You need to open your eyes to what's happening in your kingdom. The poor are having their land taken away. You must help them. You must.
I don't think that's kind. How can you call that kindness?
This has been so wonderful. You are so wonderful, but I have to go.
Wait! Young lady, wait! Where are you going?
Your Highness,
wait!
Your Highness.
Stop!
Charlotte Gabrielle!
She's run off. We must find her. She left in a golden carriage.
Madam, we will take your carriage.
We haven't the room.
Leave one of your daughters behind, then.
After her. She is my destiny.
But... Wait. What just happened? What? Excuse me? Seriously? Why would a fellow want a girl like her, a frail and floppy beauty? Why can't the fellow ever once prefer a solid girl like me? She's a frothy little bubble with a flimsy kind of charm, and with very little trouble, I could break her little arm. Ow! Ow! Why would a fellow want a girl like her, so obviously unusual? Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a usual girl like me? Her cheeks are a pretty shade of pink, but not any pinker than her roses. Her skin may be delicate and soft, but not any softer than a dose's. Her kiss no whiter than a swan's. She's only as dainty as a daisy. She's only as graceful as a bird. So why is a fellow going crazy? Oh, why would a fellow want a girl like her? A girl who's merely lovely. Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a girl who's merely sweet? What's the matter with a man? What's the matter with a man? What's the matter with a man?
Footwear is now falling from the sky.
She's gone. The golden carriage is taking a shortcut right through the forest. Pinkleton, lanterns. We must find her if it's the last thing we do. She is my lady.
Yes, he's witty, so disarming, and I really like the way he holds a room. Clever, cunning, ever charming. How do I make him see I'm special? Oh, it's a pity. It's a pity. I'm as pretty. I'm as pretty. Plus I've got the patience of a perfect saint. So I'm waiting, always waiting. Nevertheless, I am a mess.
Templeton, where is she? There are reports along the eastern road of a golden carriage.
10 minutes ago, I held her.
Your Majesty, we just saw the carriage.
And this I cannot explain. It simply flew into the mist.
Impossible, I know.
Impossible. Then we shall do the impossible.
10 minutes ago, we were dancing in the palace of all places, and her gown was like a cloud of snowy white. How the moonlight shone its beams upon our faces, till she vanished like a phantom in the night. I just know I will find you. You're the girl of my dreams, and the thrill is more than my heart can bear.
Look, here it is!
Oh, that's it! That's the one!
After her!
Going to be queen, and I would never have to return here to this. And now, well, I'm back here to this.
Was the ball a disappointment, madam?
The prince, despite his being well born and raised by our Lord Protector, displayed the most appalling manners. Appalling! He spent the entire evening talking and dancing with some little nobody.
How did Gabrielle and Charlotte take that?
The prince has fallen head over heels for someone else. If he keeps this up, I may not want to marry him.
What was going on through His Royal Highness's thick skull?
And the way he looked at her, with respect. I hope no man ever looks at me that way.
If she had any morality or sense of what's right in this world, she would not have appeared at the ball at all.
But can you imagine how she must have felt tonight? Arriving at the ball and meeting the man of her dreams?
I cannot, for my mind has no place for puerile or rank.
I can imagine it, I think.
I can imagine it.
I can imagine it, and I have no imagination.
When you're driving through the moonlight on the highway, when you're driving through the moonlight to the dance, you are breathless with a wild anticipation of adventure and excitement and romance. Then at last you see the towers of the palace, silhouetted on the sky above the park, and below them is a row of lighted windows, like a lovely diamond necklace in the dark.
It looks that way.
The way you say,
She talks as if she knows.
I do not know these things are so. I only just suppose. I suppose that when you come into the ballroom and the room itself is floating in the air, if you're suddenly confronted by His Highness, you are frozen like a statue on the stair. You're afraid you'll hear the way your heart is beating, and you know you mustn't make the first advance. You are seriously thinking of retreating, then you seem to hear Him asking you to dance. You make a bow, a timid bow, and shyly answer yes.
How would you know that this is so?
I do know more than guess.
You can guess till you're blue in the face, but you can't even picture such a man. He's more than a prince, he's an ace.
But sisters, I really think I can.
And what?
I think that I can picture such a man.
He is
And short as a lance,
and his
his hair can wave,
his
can melt you
own.
in a glance.
He can turn a girl to gravy.
And I can imagine it.
I can imagine it too. This squinting isn't my sinus condition. This is me imagining it.
I am throwing caution to the wind. I'm imagining it as well.
I can only imagine what that girl would be feeling when dancing with a prince. A lovely night, a lovely night, a finer night you know you'll never see. You meet your prince, a charming prince, as charming as a prince will ever be. The stars in a hazy heaven tremble about him while he is whispering, "Darling,
whatever you call it. The only thing I have to comfort me after this disastrous evening is that the prince looked absolutely devastated when his dream date ran away.
Oh, it was hilarious. The powder room was full of yammering when we were leaving. I wonder why the girl left. My feelings that up close she was physically unappealing.
Into the house, daughters. Cinderella, you stay here and clean up this pigsty of a parlor. Why is there a pumpkin on the table? It makes no design sense. Is there anything else you'd like to know, Ella?
No, it sounds like a really marvelous ball. I only wish I could have been there.
How did you know all the events of the ball earlier this evening?
Oh, well, I just supposed it, imagined it, had a vision.
Interesting. Quick, how many fingers?
2?
3! Fascinating. Where are your visions now?
You're being silly. You're just picking on me because I said the prince was wearing a white jacket.
You didn't say that. And he was. Something's going on here.
You're being absurd, more than usual.
Let me help you with this. Your hand! It's so calloused and rough from work. Just like the hand of the woman I shook this evening, who danced with the prince. It was you tonight, wasn't it? It was you! How did you dance in glass shoes?
You won't tell the others, will you? Madame and Charlotte?
No, never.
Well, are you mad at me for stealing the prince from you?
I will confess a secret to you. I never loved the prince, or even liked him. There's someone else that I want.
How wonderful for you. Who is it?
Well, Madame hates him.
Madame hating him doesn't really narrow the field. Who is it?
If I promise to keep your secret of the prince, can you keep my secret of my forbidden love?
I can and I will. Who is it?
It's Jean-Michel, the firebrand.
He is a good man, and he seems angry for all the right reasons.
He wants to change the world and make it a better place. You gotta love a guy like that.
Well, you may very well win Jean-Michel, but I will never win Prince Topher. If he saw who I truly was, he would have no interest in me.
That's not true. He would love you for who you are.
I don't see how.
Well, if Madame ever saw me with Jean-Michel, why, I shudder to think what would happen. Are you sure you can keep my secret?
I can, and you can keep mine. We should have a secret. That will make us
co-conspirators,
friends,
sisters.
May we both find our loves
and our lives. The stars in a hazy heaven tremble above me.
Danced when he promised always to love me.
The day came through.
Away I flew, but on my lips he left a kiss.
All my life I'll dream of this.
Lovely,
lovely night.
I wake in the loneliness of sunrise, when the deep purple heaven turns blue, and start to pray as I pray each day that I'll hear some word from you. I lie in the loneliness of evening, looking out on a silver flake sea, and ask the moon, oh how soon will my love come home to me? I have found dust on the stars in your eyes. We are dancing and flying out on a silver flake sea and ask the moon, oh how soon will my love come home to me? Will my love come home to me?
Honestly, sire, 3 nights in a row you've searched, and here it is 4 o'clock in the morning. It's as if you're testing my good nature. The second that woman in white ran off, which we all must admit seems to imply she has a police record, the second she's gone, you don't want to dance with any of the other girls.
Sebastian, are there poor people in this kingdom who've had their land taken away from them?
If there were, I would tell you.
Do they need our help?
Everyone donates joyfully. Ignore this talk. Where did you hear it?
The girl.
A troublemaker. Please come back to the palace. The work is piling up.
No, something isn't right.
As you say. The ring, sire?
Oh, right, what am I stamping this time?
Nothing, sire, hardly worth troubling your beautiful mind.
Let me read it.
I should explain
I'll read this
before-
on my own.
Your future majesty, let's go back to the palace and allow me to drop
I'm reading this now, thank you.
But-
that will be all, Sebastian. I'll ask if I need anything explained. No. No, Sebastian!
I can explain.
How could you do this in my name?
I am maintaining this life for you. Without my watchful eye, you should be a pauper. Would you like that?
I want the girl, I want to talk to that girl.
A troublemaker.
No! We're having another ball, a banquet, and she'll come to that.
She won't show. This is lunacy.
She will come. Now we're having a banquet tonight, and you're inviting everyone in the kingdom.
Don't forget who you're talking to.
And don't you forget who you're talking to. Now we're having another banquet tonight, and I'm finding that girl.
Very well, sire. She won't come. You don't even know her name, and if she really thought you were worthy of all her high ideals, she would have stayed, wouldn't she?
A banquet!
The prince is looking dreamy-eyed. He has since giving the ball, and still he wants to find his bride, the one he lost at the ball. So spread the word throughout the land. The prince is throwing a banquet. It is his wish that the woman he met at the ball will attend. As for the rest of us, well, what can I say? There's gonna be a ham. Talk it back to me. And of course, I want to keep an eye on what women are there. I'm not giving up control this time. Spread the word!
His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert James is giving a banquet
Tonight! Invitation only!
A banquet? Tonight? Cinderella, where are you? Cinderella, where can you be?
His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, dopey and dreamy-eyed, can't find his lady, hoping to see her, asking where she is.
Cinderella, where is she?
James is giving.
A banquet! Why does the prince do this? It seems cruelty beyond measure. 2 significant social events in 1 week. Granted, I've never looked lovelier, but my physical perfection comes at a price. Gloves, that's what it was. Cinderella, where are my gloves?
Ella, over here. Don't tell her you have the gloves quite yet. Yes, I know. She'll be abusive later. But trust me, this shall be worth it. I'm going to tell Madam that I'm sick.
Oh, would you like
I'm not really sick. I'm pretending. It's just like when Charlotte was in school and pretended to be sick so she could get out of things she didn't like the 3rd and 4th grades. I will be sick just as we are leaving for the carriage. Madam and Charlotte will leave without me. I will then change back into my regular clothes and meet my secret crush, Jean-Michel. I'm taking him up on his offer to go help in his soup kitchen.
a soup kitchen?
I get to ladle! You heard me. And what will happen to this beautiful dress and invitation? I shall loan them both to you, and you shall go in my stead, and meet the prince, and fall in love, and get married, and exact revenge on Madame, and try to keep Jean-Michel out of the stockade. Trilla, trilla, the way my mind works.
Cinderella, I can't find my gloves!
And don't worry about Madame. She never notices anything that isn't her.
Your gloves are right here, madam.
Why did you not tell me you had my gloves, foolish child? Charlotte! Make haste, child! And those shoes are delicate and dainty.
My feet burn with the heat of 100 suns.
The carriage awaits.
Oh, Madame, my stomach. Oh, I must have eaten something this morning that disagrees with me.
No, this can't prevent me from going to the banquet.
Go! You go! Let Charlotte steal the prince from the homely girl at the ball. Go! Let Charlotte become queen.
I think I can make that work.
I will go to battle with only half my troops. Cinderella, fetch the physician. If Gabrielle feels better, send her to the castle immediately. Gabrielle, get better. I insist on it. Keep your invitation.
Thank you, Mother. I'll come if I feel the...
None of the dress! Charlotte, the carriage awaits.
Shh, quickly. I'll change and you knock on the door.
It knocked back.
Then open it!
Hello, Ella.
Well, hello, Jean-Michel.
I am sick and tired of hiding like a fearful person.
Would you rather see madam?
Hiding is nice.
How are you, Jean-Michel?
I'm going out with Gabrielle, and I'm wound up like a tick. Tonight, she and I will go to the greengrocer, begging for whatever scrap he might have. Then we will slave over a hot stove and serve a meal to the very poor. I do hope she's not expecting that much fun every night.
Good evening, Jean-Michel.
Good evening, Gabrielle. I much prefer you in this simple attire. You no longer look like a carnival attraction.
You speak such kind words to me all the day long. And what of a soup kitchen this evening?
Our first responsibility is with the poor. Then we will march up to the palace steps, and I will talk with the prince. We only have one thing to worry about.
What's that?
That he'll even speak to me.
Well, Ella might be a help. You know she's talked to the prince?
What? Ella talked to the prince?
She went to the ball, and they were talking about the kingdom and how to make things better. And tonight, she's going to the banquet.
The world is upside down. But you know what that could mean? If she really talked to the prince, then I can talk to him, and he'll be open to my suggestions. What do you call this feeling that I have?
Optimism.
Optimism. I have to do this more often.
You can march up to the prince and talk to him.
I can march up to the prince and talk to him.
You can be a leader.
I can be a leader.
You can be my boyfriend.
I can be your boyfriend. Whoa! Left turn. What are you doing? That looks very counter-revolutionary.
I like the man who wants to change the world, but I also like the man who brought me flowers.
Flowers? Who brought you flowers? Oh, I did. No, I couldn't.
You just said so. Optimism.
Optimism?
Let yourself go.
I can be your boyfriend?
Yes!
Yes! Am I your boyfriend?
Yes!
Yes!
So that's how it is.
Mama!
My own daughter, my own flesh and blood deceiving me with the most unsuitable man. I had plans for you, Gabrielle. I created a life for you, and this is how you show me your gratitude?
I'll dress up and ready for...
And you! You thought you could go to court? I never loved your father. I only married him for his money. You've been a nuisance to me ever since the day he died. You think you can wear a beautiful gown? You think this is acceptable? You should be in rags.
No!
Worn out rags, that's all you deserve!
Mother, please stop!
I am no longer your mother! You, Gabrielle, out of my house! You are no longer welcome here! And never again! and I'll decide what to do with you later. Why'd you have to make me doubt myself? I was doing so well.
He laughs, a friendly face.
Alice, sweet child, hurry, you shall be late for the banquet.
No, look, everything is ruined.
Hurry, the prince needs you, he wants you.
No, I can't.
Why do you think he's having the second event tonight? He's trying to find you.
Every time I take a step forward, Madam pushes me back. If the prince knew who I really was, he would never want me. I can't keep fighting.
If you're going to have a dream, then very soon after you're going to have to fight for it. Why, otherwise, how would you know the dream is yours?
But my life,
Exactly. It's your life.
Beyond the voice that keeps insisting no, there is something more than doubting, breaking through the darkness, something that sets your world aglow. Someone wants you, you know who. Now you're living, there's music in you. Now you're hearing something new. Someone's playing the music in you. Now you're living, you know why. Now there's nothing you won't try. Move a mountain, light the sky, make a wish come true. There is music in you.
I can't go to the banquet. My clothing is in tatters. It's all I have.
Perhaps we need more rags. Rags, 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 tatters and shatters and bags. Take the new from old, tatters that matters and bags. Spin them into gold. Now put these rags in your bag and remember, the magic ends at midnight
Yes, the
tonight.
magic ends at midnight. Is there anything else?
Well, let's see. You have the glass slippers upon your feet. Ah, yes, the book Jean-Michel gave you about the world. Now you only have the whole world to help you. Now you can go wherever you want to go. Now you can do whatever you want to do. Now you can be whatever you want to be. You will sing your whole life through.
time to begin the banquet. I'm waiting for her. She has to come.
Very well, Your Majesty, but be warned, this party is a pack of gossips. I'd hurried along if I were you.
Topher,
You're here.
I'm sorry I'm late.
I knew if I had a banquet, I'd find you.
And I'm sorry I
You're
ran
even
away
more
before.
beautiful than I remember.
Did he really have this banquet just for me?
I would have 100 banquets to find you.
And that part about me being more beautiful than you can remember, that's real too?
Yes, yes, of course.
What do you know about that?
Well, I've been thinking about you. And I've been thinking about what you were saying about the poor people having their land taken away from them. The court tells me to ignore such talk, but...
If you're going to be king, you need to pay attention to the things that people are going to tell you to ignore.
Yes, yes, I want to hear from all of my subjects, not just the ones Sebastian lets me see. I just don't know how. It's impossible.
Oh, that's going to be more possible than you can even imagine. My friend Jean-Michel and my sister Gabrielle are headed here right now with some of your people.
To talk to me? But if things are as bad as you say they are, then they'll be angry with me.
I think if you could do battle with a giant or dragon, you could handle a few people who just want to talk to you.
Okay, you're good.
Just be yourself. You'll see the man that I see. They're coming.
Wait! Could I at least learn your name first?
Trust me, because I am your one true friend. Friends, come meet Prince Topher. Just don't say my name.
I won't say your name. I won't even mention the gold dress.
Are you alright?
Yes, yes. Prince Topher, this is Gabrielle and Jean-Michel.
No. It's nice to meet you.
And this is Yvonne and her baby.
Ah, I see the resemblance.
And this is Sam.
It's an honor to meet you.
It is an honor to meet you.
Hey, this prince is all right.
Okay, I'm holding a baby.
You can talk to him like a person.
Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
Prince Topher, Jean-Michel has something he would like to say to you.
We, the people, have had their home and property taken away from them. I've said this before, but now I truly know what it means to have someone you love lose their home. We need your help. We need to have our voices heard. For you just can't wait to be served by fate on a silver plate or a tray. Now is the time of your life, the time of your life is today.
Yes, I do know what it's like to be overlooked. I want to help you, but how?
Roll and fiddly-dee, fiddly-faddly fumble. All the wishes in the world go loose and then they tumble.
Of course, it's here.
What's here?
Do you know it?
Well, I read it at university.
Look, chapter 2.
Of course, chapter 2.
Chapter 2, I didn't even get that far.
Yes, chapter 2. I should have known. People, I think I have a plan.
I knew you would.
Long live Prince Topher!
Our future king!
Prince Topher, what are you doing surrounded by these ragamuffins?
Sebastian, you said nobody needed our help. What do you call these people?
Well, from their attire, I assume artists.
We demand to have our voices
A
heard!
beheading would not be out of the question here.
Yes, all must be seen and heard. That is a very good idea.
What is going on?
Now there's a way for all to be seen and heard. It's in this book. In 1 month, let's all vote on a job I shall create. The post of Prime Minister. Someone who will counsel me. I nominate our current Lord Protector, Sebastian.
I am unworthy, sire.
And I also nominate this man, Jean-Michel. What? Let the people decide. The way things are or the way things could be. And everyone, rich or poor, only gets one vote.
One person, one vote? Where's the fun in that?
People, in 1 month, I give you an election.
He's a plain and simple, complicated, fascinating.
Right, good idea. Now everyone, into the castle for a free banquet.
You did it.
I did do it, and I think I know who I am now.
You're smiling. I've seen you smile before, but never like that.
I know the king that I can be. Just, fair, kind-hearted.
You seem so sure of yourself, so sure of everything.
I feel like I can answer any question that gets thrown at me.
You can.
With you, I can. There's only one question I don't have an answer for. I want you because you're wonderful? Or are you wonderful because I want you? Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream? Or are you really as beautiful as you seem?
Am I making believe I see in you a man too perfect to be really true? Do I want you because you're wonderful? Or are you wonderful because I want you?
Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream? Or are you really as wonderful as you seem? Now I really feel we can change the world, you and I,
To the banquet?
to the banquet.
What time is it?
Only midnight, why?
Midnight. I have to go.
Again? Why?
I don't want to go, but I must.
Why do you leave me? How can you leave me?
If you knew who I really was, you would never want me.
Don't go!
I have to go.
Wait!
Hear ye! 8 o'clock and all is well. A great day in the kingdom. In 1 month shall be our first free election for the position of Prime Minister. The candidates are Jean-Michel and our current Lord Protector, Sebastian. But tomorrow, all women come to the palace and try on the glass slipper. Whosoever fits it shall be the queen! This is the biggest news cycle I have ever shouted. I will be back at 11 with local weather and sports. Hear ye! Hear ye! The prince intends to search until he finds the girl who fits the bill. Well, not the bill, the shoe, I mean a shoe to fit the queen. The shoe does not fit. The shoe does not fit.
We have to find that girl. If the slipper is made of glass, that means it can only fit one person, right? I mean, that's why she left it.
How goes it?
So far, not well.
Now, when you try on the slipper, make eye contact with His Highness. For our family, you should try on the shoe first.
Don't you mean only? No one has seen Cinderella since you yelled at her 2 nights ago. You got rid of Gabrielle because she likes that guy who might be our new prime minister. Wow, good call there.
I don't know what is going on in this world. Everything I felt was true and holy is now trash. That which meant nothing to me now appears to mean everything.
Okay, here goes nothing. Me again. Hey.
Gabrielle, I've just decided. If I become Prime Minister, I'm gonna marry you.
Wow, the stakes are really piling up.
The shoe does not fit.
Of course it doesn't. I'm not the girl the prince fell in love with. None of us are that girl.
Was that truly the last eligible lady in the kingdom?
She appears to be, yes.
Oh, she can't be.
I told you the girl wouldn't come. Now can we end this charade?
Everyone has truly tried on the slipper?
I haven't tried on the slipper.
Everything has led to this moment. Now you have something to believe in. Yourself.
All the witch dreamers in the world are dizzy in the noodle.
Go ahead, make yourself ridiculous. Try on the slipper.
It's too rich.
You can do it!
That's my sister!
Have we met before?
Yes. And we are seeing each other for the first time right now.
The shoe fits! It was you! You who danced with me that evening! You who showed me my own kingdom! You who gave me water the day I was thirsty! Please don't run away again! I don't think I could bear it!
It was you? We both know how horribly I've treated you since your father's death. I know it is beyond reason to expect some of your famous kindness. I'm not worthy.
You've treated me horribly indeed, but now I say to you the 3 kindest words I know. I forgive you.
Thank you.
Do you think that includes me?
For you, it probably involves several hours of community service.
You are amazing! Could I maybe learn your name now?
Cinderella.
Cinderella, it's beautiful!
It's a name I once hated, but starting today, I think I'll keep. That way, when anyone thinks anything is impossible, they'll just think of my name and know better.
Cinderella, I love you so much, I don't even know what to do!
Oh. Well, is marriage still on the table?
Yes. Yes. Oh my, yes! You have to marry me! I mean, will you marry me? No. Cinderella, will you marry me?
Yes, yes. My handsome prince, I will marry you. In the arms of my love, I'm